What's up ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. I'm Kat. I'm a brown belt and coach in Bang Muay Thai, a blue belt in in-fight Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm certified to teach yoga. So just excuse how I look right now. I'm sweaty, I'm a little beat up. I just came from MMA and it was one of those like really humbling nights. If you're a martial artist, you know that every once in a while you have one of those nights where it's like you just get ground into the mat and you're just like, why am I doing this again? But you know, if it's a sport that you love, you just pick yourself up and keep going, and then you'll go back to having those good days. Like one bad day doesn't make or break anything, right? Unless it does. Anyway, so I need to do some yoga. I'm sure you need to do some yoga too, so let's just get to it. All right, so let's just get started in easy pose. Oh, I kicked an elbow, so my foot really hurts, but we're just gonna work through it, okay? If this pose isn't comfortable for you too, you can also feel free to come onto your knees. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight. My foot's hurting a little too much. You can just come into hero pose instead if you like. I'm gonna begin with some wrist rolls, but I'm gonna add an extra stretch in here, so I'll just turn to the side so you can see. We're actually gonna stretch our toes as well, so just curl your toes underneath and lean back on them, and then we'll roll our wrists at the same time. If this is too intense for you, you can just lean forward a little bit to take that pressure off, or you don't have to do it at all. You know what, I'm not your boss. Just do what's comfortable for you. We'll come back to center here. And we'll circle our neck next. Going in one direction and then the other. Apparently we're working on some more guillotine stuff tomorrow, so I'm gonna make sure my neck is ready for it. Okay, and then you can drop your right hand to the mat and just tilt your head over to the left. And then come back to center, drop your left hand to the mat, tilt your head over to the right. Come back to center, tuck your chin to your chest. And then look up at the ceiling. All right, we'll come down onto our bums here. And we'll just lean back on our hands, knees out in front of us. Heels can be a fair distance away from your bum. And we're just gonna rock our knees back and forth, just dipping from one side to the other, warming up our hips and our lower back. Come to stillness, straighten your legs, bend your right knee, just pick it up, put it over top of your left knee. Inhale those hands up, and on your exhale, twist over to the right, tucking your elbow behind your right knee and looking over your right shoulder. Release the twist, straighten that leg, and we'll go to the other side. So picking your left foot over top of that right knee, inhale, and exhale, twist to your left. Release the twist, come back to center, and we're gonna go onto our bellies for baby cobra. So just melting down. Oh, the cat's gonna make an appearance here today. So stacking your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. You can lift up, pressing the tops of your feet and your pelvis into the mat. And then we'll just get some gentle movement here, inhaling in the center and exhaling, looking over your right shoulder, inhaling back to center and looking over your left shoulder. Hello. Okay, come back to center, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Bring your arms out into a T position. She's gonna make this really difficult for me. Okay, and then we'll just pick our right leg up and dip it over top of our left leg and just touch it down. If this is too intense for you, you can just drop your knee a bit. Okay, we'll come back to center and go to the other side. So look over to your left, pick up your left leg, drop it over your right leg. And you can come back to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, press yourself up into downward facing dog. Try to melt your heels to the mat, press your head in between your biceps. And we're gonna kind of go into a downward facing dog plank flow. So bend your knees, and then you're gonna roll yourself forward like a wave into plank. Inhale, exhale back into down dog. Inhale into plank, exhale into down dog. Okay, you can stay in down dog. Walk your hands to your feet and just hang out here in forward fold. Relax your neck. If you need to bend your knees, you're welcome to do that. If you want to get some motion, you're welcome to. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise for mountain pose. I'm just gonna step forward here so you guys can see. And then we're just gonna sink into chair pose. Tuck your tailbone underneath. Sink down. Make sure those knees aren't going over top of your toes. That's really important. Then bring your hands to heart center. If they're not, you're gonna sink, drop a little more, then tuck that elbow behind your right knee and look up for a nice twist. Release the twist, straighten for mountain. And on your exhale, sink back into chair. Hands to heart center, drop a little lower. Tuck your right elbow behind your left knee and twist. Release the twist, rise up into mountain. And then right away, fold all the way back down. Plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the mat, stack your hips directly over top of your knees, uncurl your toes, and we'll just relax into puppy pose. Putting your hands into a prayer pose and just hold them behind your head here, and you'll feel that in the tops of your shoulders. Sure, you just heard my cat just rip upstairs. And then from here, we're gonna roll all the way into Cobra, but then we'll plant our hands to the mat and lift up into upward facing dog. So float those thighs off the mat, rotate your heels and your thighs inwards, get a nice back bend. And for a last pose, we'll spread our knees nice and wide, big toes touching, and mount into child's pose. All right, you can come up and sit into hero or easy pose, whichever you feel like. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. And if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, come hang out with me. And yeah, if you had a rough time at MMA too, tell me in the comments. I'm just gonna sign off now. Okay, thanks for joining me. Os.